Hello, this is a tutorial on one of Simon Tatham's portable puzzle games, which is found in this collection. You can play these games by going to this website and scrolling to the game and clicking the JS link, or there's also a Windows executable, or it's on a variety of other platforms, the Windows Store, the Android Play Store, and iOS, and also something called Portable Apps for Windows, which is a way to install applications to a flash drive so you can take them wherever you want to. And it's called Puzzle Collection Portable in that particular platform. Anyway, these are all logic puzzles, and as you can perhaps see, the graphics are not pretty. Some might even call them ugly, but the essential puzzle games are a lot of fun, and the file that you download is going to be quite small and will fit, if you download it onto your phone, onto the smallest of phones, even phones that have very little space left, so that is a benefit. Anyway, today I'm going to be talking about one of the games called Undead, and this in this game you have to put various not alive and not dead creatures on the board, ghosts, vampires, and zombies, and these numbers here tell you how many of those monsters, well, how many monsters, period, you see when you look a certain direction. So this 3 means if you look up, then you'll see 3 monsters, and you go up and then you see reflection. So it counts all the reflected monsters as well. And this 2 means you go up and then you have this reflected path, so you go right back to the 3. And the rules are that you can see ghosts. You can't see ghosts directly. I guess that makes sense. If you look at a ghost, you will just see through it. But for some reason in this game, you can see ghosts' reflections. I don't know why that is, but it's just the way the game works. With vampires, it's a little bit more obvious. You can see a vampire, but you can't see the vampire's reflection, right? Everybody knows that. So if you were looking up, and if there were a vampire here and here, you could see those vampires, but you could not see this vampire, because that would be the vampire's reflection. And it would be just the opposite for the ghost. And for a zombie, you can see the zombie directly, and you can also see the zombie's reflection. So, the way I approach this game is I start with the zeros. My youngest daughter came up with that trick, and it seems like a good way to do it. So these zeros don't help. You look this way and you don't see any monster. Well, that's the trivial case. This 0 is more interesting. You look to the right and it's reflected up and reflected to the right, and then there are these 3 tiles, but you don't see any of them. Well, you're looking at these 3 tiles and you're seeing the reflection and you don't see any of them. So that is a vampire, because vampires, by the rules, you don't see the vampire's reflection. So that means that all of these must be vampires. And whenever I look to one side, I always like to turn around and look the other way, just as a sanity check. Looking to the left, I see 3 monsters. And these are seen directly, 1, 2, 3, and then nothing else. So yeah, that checks. Any other zeros? There's a 0 here, looking to the left, and then reflected up. So yeah, reflected up, you would not see that vampire, but this, you don't see it directly. So which of these 3 monsters do you not see directly? It's the ghost. You don't see ghosts directly. So it's ghost, vampire. And now to turn it around, you see 2 looking down, and you see this directly, you see the vampire directly, and you don't see the ghost's reflection. So the math checks. You see 2 looking down and 0 looking to the left. last zeros are down here, and again, this is the trivial case where you're just looking at a mirror. There are no tiles for a monster to be on. Alright, so we've gone through all the zeros, and now we want to look through, are there any other cases where it's unambiguous? So actually, this column here says that you see one monster looking down, or looking up for that matter, and you would see this vampire looking down, and that's your one monster. So therefore that means that after this vampire you actually can't see any other monsters in this column, and you're seeing directly, so therefore all the rest of the monsters in this column need to be ghosts. And now the logic checks. And just to show you how this game works, if I get something that's blatantly wrong, then it will highlight these numbers. Like if I'm looking down this column now, I'm actually seeing two monsters, 1, skip, 2, and that's wrong because it says only 1. So if you do anything blatantly wrong, it will tell you that way. Okay, anything else that is not ambiguous? Looking across here, I see there are 4 cells seen directly, and you only see 2 of them looking across, so therefore 2 of them you don't see directly, so 2 of them must be ghosts. This is one of them. One of these 3 must be the other, and I don't know which. It's ambiguous. This looking up, that looks pretty messy. I usually save the messy ones for later in the game. Alright, so after I'm done with the unambiguous cases, then what I do is I take a step back and look at these numbers at the top. These numbers tell you how many monsters of each type are on the whole board. So 4 ghosts on the whole board. And look, I've already found 1, 2, 3. So that means that there's only 1 more ghost on this whole board. And I just said that that 4th ghost has to be somewhere in this row. What does that tell me? That tells me that there can't be a ghost outside this row. So therefore, this cannot be a ghost. And using the keyboard, I hit enter to switch to notes mode. So this is the notes mode where I'm going to enter. This could be a zombie or a vampire, and I'm pressing the Z or the V key to enter that. And then down here, this cannot be a ghost, so I'm entering zombie or vampire as notes. Again, one of these has to be a ghost. I don't know which, and I don't know what the other ones are. I've found 1, 2, 3 vampires, so I need 2 more vampires. I don't know where. I need 2 zombies. I don't know where. Okay, so that's a dead end. Let's try this one. Looking down, I see 3. Okay, so I see this one, and I actually see this one too, even though I don't know if this is a vampire or a zombie. Either way, I would see it looking down, looking directly. So I see 1, 2, don't know, and I do see this because it's the reflection of a ghost. So actually, this is now unambiguous. So I see 1, 2, 3. That means that I don't see this or this. So I don't see this looking directly, so therefore this must be a ghost. And I don't see this reflected, so therefore this must be a vampire. Alright, and now I have found my 4th ghost. So now we can say that these cannot be ghosts. Alright, and I looked down here, and what I like to do after I look one way, I like to turn right around and look the other way. Oftentimes you can resolve any remaining ambiguity that way. So I'm going to start down here, and and look to the left. So looking to the left, I see two monsters. So I don't see the ghost, that's a skip. I do see the vampire directly, so that's 1. I do see the ghost, that's 2. Okay, so right now I've already seen my 2 monsters in this direction, so none of the rest can I see. So this has to be a vampire because I don't see its reflection looking this direction, and this I don't see. So just to check that again, I'm supposed to see 2 this way. This is a skip, this is 1, this is 2, skip, skip. Alright, now I'll take a step back again and count my monsters. I have 5 vampires, 4 ghosts, and 2 zombies. Now it's possible that I could have solved that zombie thing by doing the same kind of technique of looking up like this path of only seeing 3 monsters and then turning around and then seeing only 2 monsters and reasoning that out. But I can actually do the shortcut method and say I need to find 2 zombies, and there are only 2 cells that are left, so they both have to be zombies. And I mark them in, and it gives me the nice happy flashing sign to say that I solved it correctly. So that is the solution to the puzzle. The only other thing I will mention is that each of these games have an ID, and you can enter the specific ID to play this game. There's the ID. I realize that's kind of long, but you would enter that game ID, and then you can play this exact game. Well, I hope you found that helpful.